Hello viewers, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trashtalk on Fabula Ultima, a series where I talk about the various classes you can mix together to create your desired heroic characters in your Fabula Ultima campaign. In today's episode, Fury, Berserker, Brawler, Viking, fighters that never quit, turning the punishments they have faced into fuel for their unending fury. In terms of mechanic, Fury is primarily a melee class that upon getting punched in the face, they will stare at their opponent the whole time and then give back twice as hard. It's a class for those that wants to take hits because it gives them more damage back. Anyway, let's take a look at its free benefits. First, you gain +5 to your maximum HP, useful for what you will be doing. Fury also grants you access to martial melee, which is bigger stick in general, and martial armor for those that don't want to invest in dex. It's the same thing as what Darkblade can provide too. So for those that want to play as a tanky melee fighter, both Fury and Darkblade are a good choice to look forward to. It just depends on what flavor do you want. Now, let's take a look at the Fury skill, starting with Adrenaline. Adrenaline, as long as you are in Crisis, which is half health, you deal up to 10 extra damage with basically anything. Already the first skill encourages the player to get hurt for their allies to deal damage, so we are off to a good start already. Second, Frenzy, your accuracy checks with Brawling, Dagger, Flail, and thrown weapons triggers critical success if both dices show same result, and the check is not a fumble. Again, normally, a critical success only occurs if both dices show same result, and the number is also 6 and above, so this just gives you more chance of opening up opportunity, more if you dual wield your weapons as Brawling, Dagger, and thrown weapons are all one-handed. That said, while picking this skill makes these weapons more useful in ways that isn't more damage, they also aren't martial weapons, which means you would actually be doing less damage. It's a choice essentially, whether more damage or more utility at critical moments is better. Third, Indomitable Spirit, when you spend 1 or more Fabula points, choose one, recover up to 20 HP, 20 MP, or one status effect of your choice. With this skill, you are literally sustaining yourself with the power of your ideal or your bond with others, so if you are low on health and being dead tired, just grit your teeth and remember your friendship to give the big bad one final blow. Fourth, Provoke, you may use an action and 5 MP to perform an opposed might plus willpower check against a creature you can see. Describe how you taunt them. If you succeed, they are enraged. Both the status effect, and also actually being pissed off into only attacking you until you are either dead, left the scene, or their enraged get dispelled or they get provoked by someone else. You also gain skill level bonus to this check too. You want someone to punch your face and not your allies, this is the skill to go for. And finally, Withstand. When you perform guard action, if you choose not to provide cover to another creature, you recover HP equal to skill level times your strongest bond, and also choose either might or willpower. The die size is increased until the end of your next turn. In summary, if you got nothing to do, just guard and gain power level from the power of your bond. After putting in 10 levels into Fury, it is considered as mastered and you could pick a heroic skill for it. In total, there's 10 Fury specific heroic skills, 2 in core rulebook, 4 in high fantasy, 1 in techno fantasy, 2 in natural fantasy, and 1 in the 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement. First in the core rulebook, Monkey Grip, you may equip two-handed weapons such as flail, heavy, spear, and sword in one hand. With this heroic skill, you can wield a great sword with a hand and then punch people with another. Alternatively, you can just not care about frenzy and just dual wield big swords or hammers and act like a caveman. Next is Powerful Strike, you just do more damage. It's bigger number I suppose. This is gonna be a pattern here and probably for the next couple future episodes too. We covered so many of the classes that the heroic skills just start to get overlapping and repeating. Onto the high fantasy atlas, there's Pulverizing Strike, which can also be unlocked by Darkblade and Weapon Master, but really, you need the Breach skill from Weapon Master for this one. Basically, if you have a heavy category melee while using the Breach skill to destroy enemies' defense, you now hit them so hard that an otherwise damageless attack now deals damage, useful if you like big hammer. Next there's Rising Tide, another heroic skill that can be unlocked by Weapon Master too. This thing involves Brawling category, in which if you wear no martial armor, your punch can do more damage and the more you punch, the more you can recover, both HP and MP, at a somewhat steady pace, feeding right into the theme of being a Fury. Then there's Swirling Swarm, which can also be unlocked by Dancer and Sharpshooter, when you perform a ranged attack using a throwing category weapon. If you also have no martial armor or shield equipped, you gain 1 momentum point 5 max, which lets your throwing weapon do more extra damage, and if a creature tried to attack you, you can use momentum to avoid the attack, but this spends all of your momentum, so you have to gather them again. In short, you can hit the enemy harder with lots and lots of throwing knives, and the enemy will have a harder time hitting you. There's also Spider's Web, which Fury has access to on this page, but not on the description, so it's a bit confusing, but since it involves flail category, it's probably a misspell, but essentially, you can use flail to attack twice, like as if you are using the two-weapon fighting rule for multi-target capability, useful when you face a lot of enemies that need their face smacked, I suppose. Onward to Techno Fantasy, there's Make It or Break It, which can also be unlocked by Darkblade. In essence, this is a heroic skill you can use to boost your damage, but risk disabling your weapons for until the end of the scene, which can be very funny if you have more one weapon stored in your inventory. And moving straight to Natural Fantasy, there's Brave Bash, which can also be unlocked by Commander, Guardian, Pilot, and Weapon Master, but requires the Bone Crusher skill from Weapon Master to use. When you use Bone Crusher skill on only one creature and also has a shield, you can challenge the creature so that they must attack you with their attack or spell. Additionally, for once per turn, when you deal damage to the challenged creature with free attack using one-handed melee, or custom dagger or sword weapon, such as when you are counter-attacking another Weapon Master skill, you get to do more damage. This again, feeds right into the gameplay loop of Fury, but you really need some skills from Weapon Master to be effective. And then there's Fitcast, which can also be unlocked by Chime Wrist, Darkblade, Esper, and Wayfarer, a heroic skill that allows a Fury build for melee to actually cast spells when wielding any weapon with might for accuracy check, extremely important for any hybrid builds. Lastly, on the 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement, there's Anatomist, which can also be unlocked by Lore Master, Sharpshooter, and Weapon Master. Essentially, pick two species, each time you hit a creature from said species, you hit even harder. That's about it, it's just more damage or effect. And that's basically it on Fury, the warrior with the indomitable spirit to get through any challenge through sheer will of force. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.